So in response to my most disappointing game of 2023 video, a bunch of people mentioned The Day Before. I'll tell you one thing, it wasn't my most disappointing game because I had no expectations for it. And frankly, I'm a little surprised that people did. For those of you who don't know, The Day Before was this survival shooter that was looking a lot like kind of like The Division with more bells and whistles on it. But it was made by a completely unknown company that had only 2 members and a bunch of volunteers. They acted really cagey about showing any gameplay. There were a bunch of legal troubles involving the name. Like, no hate to you and no hate to anyone else, but how did anyone think this was going to be an actual game? This, by the way, is why I say people should really attempt to educate themselves about how games are made. Usually when I say that, people end up responding, oh, I'm just a consumer, I shouldn't have to know shit. And like, okay, yeah, no one's forcing you to take classes or anything. But by understanding how games are made, you become a more responsible consumer, and you probably would have been able to tell that The Day Before was kind of a scam. People often say the only thing game developers have to do is make me happy. I don't need to curb my expectations or have realistic expectations or anything like that. I'm just a consumer. Like, that somehow shields them. But the thing is, no matter how much you say that, it's not going to make game developers create masterpieces out of thin air. There are realistic limitations to game design, and if you know those limitations, then you won't be caught in situations like this. There was no way The Day Before was ever going to be real. I'm sorry if it disappointed you. I'm sorry for everybody who got scammed by it. But I do suggest looking into how games are designed. If you know a little bit, then you won't get caught in these traps.